And we're live, ladies and gentlemen, for Friday Night Smite. This is the final Friday Night Smite before SWC, and we'll be back after SWC, of course. My name is Freight Train. Joining us for the whole entire content of this cast is going to be Souza. Welcome back, man.
It's good to be back, especially for the last Friday Night Smite of the year. So I guess we'll see you guys next year after we finish this one.
Yeah, once we finish this one right here, we should be good. We have Team Extract versus, well, the Bob Ross quote himself, Happy Accidents, coming at you live right now in the first round. So, bans coming out. Looks like Jing 10 going to be first priority ban. No one wants to deal with him in the solo lane. Extract will have the counter, and typical Soul. I mean, we've kind of seen this for pretty much the past couple weeks now.
Just really difficult to deal with, and it's no surprise you're banned out at all. I mean, especially inside of Team Extract, where maybe you just want to run a strategy that doesn't involve trying to counter her. Because it takes a lot of effort to deal with the Soul in lane, no matter where she's put.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel like she's a really good mid laner. Honestly, the ADC role to me is just, I don't know. I haven't really completely felt it was necessary. And Robin going to get banned as well. No one wants to deal with the new Robin right now, as he's got his he's able to punch with two hands now. Not only his left, but his right as well.
He's a little bit disgusting in the current setup, and it's well, not disgusting. He feels like he should have been the start, like how he should have been at the start. I mean, he feels devastating. He's a problem if he gets on you, and he's got a lot of ways to get on you, as well as just being ridiculously hard to kill at times. And he's just a lot of fun to play now.
Well, Chiron going to get locked in, possibly as the first choice for the blue team. Extract on, actually, I think the sides are backwards, because first pick went over to Happy Accidents, who should be on order, but they're listed on the Chaos side, so it's a little weird. But Chiron might be locked in as the counter ADC right here, which Chiron's been doing really well in ranked and all sorts of things. I've enjoyed playing him myself, and Giannis is going to be locked in. It's really just the fact that you can survive death, like, and just ult and just do damage for your team while dying. Even if you're going to die, you can still do some damage for your team.
And maybe even you get a great snipe off, kill somebody at the end of the day, and come back to life and be very, very effective in these fights. He's a difficult hunter to deal with, has a little bit of sustain on himself for that laning phase, and he pairs up quite nicely with quite a few of the popular supports in the current meta. So, all in all, no surprise really see him come out here as a popular AD carry pick. But Geb and Isis locked in for Happy Accidents here. A lot of combo setup for these team fights for Happy Accidents right now.
Yeah, I mean, three really strong gods to pick right there. Geb, Bellona. Bellona's always been a top pick. Geb's always been a top support. And Isis has just, there's nothing wrong with Isis. She never really falls off. Even her late game, like, quote, she might not have the same abilities, but a Spirit Ball, a Soul Reaver Spirit Ball will still hit you for 1200. Like, I mean, it still does some damage, and if you're an ADC or a jungler like a Mercury, that's probably not going to be building a lot of health, or even that Circuit right there that might not have an extra, some toughness to her. Thor is going to be a little bit different, but still, Spirit Ball to the face for the Soul Reaver proc is instant death for a lot of these teams. As the next banning phase is coming out right here, looking probably for an ADC ban, possibly, unless they want to maybe get rid of the Circuit themselves that they were hovering over.
I'd imagine we'll see an ADC instead of a Circuit, unless they plan on running some kind of hell on the side of Team Extract. But at the same time, yeah, they could also ban out Circuit just because she's a very difficult jungle to deal with. And there we go, Team Extract banning with Circuit as their third and final ban. So, judging what you see here, Freight, let's see your predictions. What would the last two lock-ins from Happy Accidents be? It's been a while since we've seen you do this.
Oh, the Happy Act. Well, let's see. Right now, Happy Accidents obviously needs an ADC. More than likely, Shablanca is going to be a choice of what they're going to want to get over here. And then for their jungler, with what they've got, they're very team fight oriented. I wouldn't be surprised for like a Hoombots pickup. 80s for the solo lane. I mean, I thought Bellona, that could be Bellona jungle then. I was thinking obviously Bellona was going to be into the solo lane itself, but I mean, it could have just been Bates, which means that Hades is available.
She can very much work as that flexible pickup here that can be very disguising at the end of the day. And Hades is one of the ways to go for the hero, brings a lot of damage to the solo lane, a lot of good team fight engage, and it does play well with what Happy Accidents wants to do as his team fight right here.
Well, it looks like this Bellona is definitely going to be the jungle, as Sun Wukong and Hades are kind of being decided on what they're going to do. Apollo actually ends up being the ADC locked in, so a little bit of global presence. So they're still going to go with the top ADC. They're not going to go with the Shablanca, but the Apollo is just as good. Kumba Karna, yeah, I didn't think Kumba was going to get locked in there. Damage-oriented, but not as support-oriented. Sylvanas, though, haven't seen him in a while if he decides to get locked in. Now Cabrakan. Now we're just selecting all the Guardians and figuring out what we want.
It's going to be... It'd be a very aggro guardian. So I think something like the Sobek or even the Gabrakan like they had hovered previously. Sobek now actually hovered on by Team Extract, so I definitely think Team X wants to go more aggressive with their guarding here, or somebody who can at least peel for Chiron quite well. And all in all, Extract have a very terrifying to actually get into back line and a front line that can royally ruin somebody on the side of Happy Accidents today. But Happy Accidents are no slouches either in the team fight department.
Well, the Sobek pluck into a Chiron giddy up can really disrupt one person's positioning. Like, if the hook comes online and that person gets dropped back without beads, and then Chiron giddy ups and throws him even further back, I mean, that person's probably in a really bad position underneath the tower and is going to die. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential for throwing people back. And obviously, with Giannis's global setups and ultimates and portals, I mean, they can come out of anywhere. The Guan Yu he's starting to come online for the solo lane. People are starting to like him, so we'll see how that ends up working out. Overall, I mean, on paper, both teams looking pretty solid. Sun Wukong haven't seen him in a couple weeks, but it's we'll see what the Monkey King can do.
I mean, we've seen some amazing plays from Sun Wukong back when he used to be popular, so I'm looking forward to seeing hopefully on the level of the Ox deal that we saw a while back, but I mean that might be a bit too much to hope for as the first time we see Sun Wukong back. But all in all, both teams have a strategy they're going to go for here. Red will be looking for those big, all-out aggressive plays and AOE team fights. I mean, you've got Apollo coming from above. You have the circle protection Cataclysm into circle protection setup. You've got Eagles Rally setting up so many stuns. Sun Wukong can be a major disruptive force in the back line. But on the other side, Giannis is difficult to lock down. Chiron has plenty of ways to keep himself safe and sound, as well as get back into the fight even if you kill him off. Sobek provides peel, and Guan Yu brings healing as well as some solid engagement. And then Thor can never be discounted at any point early on in the game, and even later on in the game becomes a massive engage tool.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got about 2 minutes left to the game, guys. We're going to bring you the first front action right here, right now, live as soon as we can. We'll be right back. All right, guys, here we go. Team Extract versus Happy Accidents live right now. We're getting ready to bring you this game. We're going to introduce the boys in blue real fast. Zemgas is going to be on the Sun Wukong solo lane. GS Slayer 9-5 is going to be on the Bologna, or Jungle, actually, which is a little different right here. Lone Wolf, who's going to be logging in here in a little bit, hopefully, is on the Isis mid lane. Chrono Lank is going to be the Geb support. Living Fears, Apollo ADC.
Meanwhile, coming down from the top side, we have Happy Accidents in red with Quicks on Thor in the jungle, eaten by a bear, coming out of the solo lane on Guan Yu. Girl as the ADC Chiron, Bart's Clouser as the supporting Sobek, and lastly, Ed Boy bringing out the mid lane with Giannis.
Right now, yeah, we're just waiting on the game to start. Isis is actually not logged in just yet, so we might have a quick pause, but we're buying items. Here we go. Everyone's getting their stuff set to go. Isis hopefully should be back in this game just before it starts, so if we do see a quick pause, we should be all right. But I do have to say, I like the name Eaten by a Bear.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of mentioned it between the games. I just noticed that Eaten by a Bear. I mean, that's just a manly solo laner name right there. It takes a real man to go fight a bear, but I mean, it kind of implies you lost and got eaten by said bear.
It definitely does right there, but I don't know. Guan Yu, we'll see how he ends up doing if he can man mode up and take out any of these burly men on the other side. As we got Isis is still not logged in, so we might find ourselves a quick pause on the side of blue just until she logs back in. Or they might just attempt to start it off. We'll see. But we do have a ward placed right here by the blue team, kind of just by the mid lane, just to make sure that there's no engagements. And then another one on the left-hand side. This seems to be like a popular, gank area, as the pause does come out right there, waiting for the Isis to log back in. Probably just has to reset. But yeah, I mean, right here on the top side where we see these two wards, especially for order, is a real popular area.
With how many aggressive early plays we've seen come out of the red team from time to time, it's no surprise when you try to check these popular areas, keep them safe and sound, prevent any kind of rotation. These are mostly fairly standard defensive warding starts, so no surprise in popular here. Yeah, the pause is going to be confirmed right here as Lone Wolf is disconnected right now, and hopefully should be back in the next few moments. But otherwise, a fairly solid opening gambit by Team Extract here.
So I saw something interesting on Twitter today, and I think it was Hi-Rez Kelly that tweeted this out. Chaos side has a higher winning percentage during the SPL and even during LAN events, I believe, so far. And that was pretty interesting to me when a lot of teams value first pick so much that actually the second pick, Chaos side actually ends up winning more.
That counter pick is incredibly huge. Not to mention the fact that you've got two picks coming out right there. If you play your pick ban
two back to back,
that leaves you two pretty big open strategies right there. And
well, the Bologna pick, for example, right here, Team Extract ends up first picking the Bologna, and honestly, I guess everyone thought that was a solo lane, so, Happy Accidents is on the other side grabbing their people, but that left the Sun Wukong available, so they have a couple really tanky players, so we'll see if Extract can pull off the first pick, win based on picks and bans. I mean, in that aspect, I feel like they might have got a little bit of an advantage in P's and B's, but, you have to play the game and find out.
And yeah, picks and bans are so vitally important here. These little strategies here, these little mind games you play in the picks and bans. This is very much where the mental chess of Smite begins, where you pick and how you play your pick strategies. You don't want to tip your hand too early, or sometimes you want to make it look you've tipped your hand incredibly hard and force teams to respond to you in the way you think you're going for. When in actuality, in reality, you just picked a Bologna jungle instead. It's a great way to just play with teams' ideas and of how the game should be played.
Lone Wolf is no longer by herself, and Lone Wolf is now, well, it's probably a guy playing Lone Wolf, but obviously female character, so I say her. Lone Wolf is back in the action, boys and girls, so we should be starting here in a second. Typical start by the Isis. I don't believe anything fancy right there, and yeah, we should be good to go. Again, those wards will pretty much prevent any sort of invades coming out. Standard starts, I've got to give blue a little bit of an advantage when it comes to this clear, though. I mean, Sun Wukong and Bologna, I think they'll get to the solo lane first.
Especially with the
actually, I think they double. No. Okay, I thought Guan went red pot as well as a Thor. I was gonna say if they went double red pot, then never mind. But I know the Bologna went red pot. That's what I was saying. And I was like, all right, well, I went against the Guan the other day, and I did not realize he had red pot on, and I was like, why did he just hit me so hard?
It always catches you off guard, doesn't it? Just see a Guan Yu shred your health bar in half.
Yeah, Talu Assault is just like rip, and I'm like, ow! I'm like, this isn't fun at all. I don't want to deal with this. As blue and red will get to the soul lane about the same time, but Isis actually has a little bit of an advantage in the minions, but took a lot of poke from the unstable Vortex in the mid lane. But looks like they're going to be happy to split these mid harpies. A-Rock hates this dance. A-Rock is so happy when he sees this when he plays and casts. He's like, all right, no harpy dance. One side gets one, other side gets the other.
Especially with the way the clear ended up working there. Team Extract ended up in a position where they could just go start theirs. But Happy Accident, they've got enough clear on Giannis, especially when Quix joins the party with Bologna. They're going to rip the wave apart, and they're just going to make their way over to the left side camp rather than try to fight out an ISIS and a Bologna. It's just not worth it.
Well, right now the name of the game is the Poke War, and looks like Blue is winning on the duo lane side as they've got more minions and a little bit of poke going on top of the Sobek and the Chiron. Chiron's passive is extremely strong. A lot of people forget about it. If he's got a couple of stacks available right there, I mean, he can just pop abilities and give himself a heal, so he should be okay. Oh, big pluck coming over there by the Geb, and there's a weakening. They're going for this kill. Giddy Up got canceled out, though. Chiron, or he might be in trouble, but the Chiron training exercise does not connect, and Geb shield's there, but it's a nice little play over there by Red to see if they can get a little bit of poke on top of Geb.
A good play in putting Chrono Link at a pretty big disadvantage. Now Bart's looking for some kind of fight here. We'll find Living Fear. Now Living Fear tossed back into the action, knocked around by the tail whip, body blocked by Everett right there. Geb shield buying some extra time here as Girl rains a bit of death from the backside of this team fight here. But Living Fear and Chrono Link are in a lot of trouble in this lane, as Girl still has plenty of sustain for himself right there. Solo lane, not much better either. It seems like Eaten by Bear going toe-to-toe. He's doing quite a good job here. Dashes on through, trying to find these last few shots here, but this could just be the end of a noodle fight. Otherwise, all clear in the mid lane.
Well, both solo laners hit 5 at the exact same time. It's going to be up to them if they decide to use abilities. Both decide to pull back. Nothing going to happen right there, so no disadvantage. I mean, with Guan Yu's ultimate, but then Sun Wukong's ultimate, I mean, it's pretty much a wash right there. No one's going to come out on top of that. So, but the Isis and Bologna mid lane duo combo right now is just out clearing this Giannis and Thor.
They're outclearing them a little bit to where they can't actually fight them, but Happy Accidents are still able to clear without losing too much of their tower, if anything so far, as I don't believe they've pushed any kind of minion into the wave just yet there. So it's one of those stalemate clears. You're out-clearing your opponent, but you're not out-clearing them hard enough to punish them later.
Kind of surprised they didn't go to the right-hand back Harpies right there, and same thing with the red team as back left Harpies are up and available. Neither team deciding to go there. Bludgeon coming out. Nice stun right there. Quix is going to go ahead and do it a lot of poke. Spirit Ball is going to stun it out right there. Can the portal work? Unstable Vortex connects, going for the snipe. Geb Shield ends up saving it and taking all the damage as the Giannis ultimate was already channeled prior to the knowledge that Geb was making the rotation. Geb's rotation just saved the life of Bologna in First Blood.
Incredibly perfect timing there from Chrono Link, getting there in time to save Bologna from the snipe. Well placed. He will have his solo dual laner get punished a little bit, but Living Fear only going to get shoved to the tower there. Living Fear playing safe enough to not really be punished too heavily here. As Happy Accidents, they've taken a small lead through gold from here, but Team Extract playing safely enough and playing smartly enough to stay alive and in the fight here. Zemigod gonna be in a lot of trouble though, as Eaten by a Bear is pushing him into his tower quite heavily. Zemigod.
Yeah, it's to be expected with the Guan Yu. Yeah, Guan Yu able to heal his wave is just, I mean, it's actually, you kind of underestimate that heal, especially the fact that he can get stacks. And Sobek is ulting the purple buff here on the left-hand side, making sure that that does not go anywhere. So he'll get his mana back and pretty much steal a purple buff away from the ADC on the blue side. So sad Apollo, he won't have a purple buff at least for a little while.
Yeah, well, you know the one solution to that? Take your enemy's purple buff.
Take your enemy's purple buff. I was going to say, if they decide to engage on it, they could.
Fights right here. Somebody steals your purple buff, kill them and take theirs.
That will work right there. Left-hand Harpies look like they're oh, Spirit Ball does well, yeah, level up goes the red right there. So yeah, that left-hand Harpies go to the side right there. Wall gonna come out. There's a portal. A lot of poke on top of Isis. Circle protection. Yeah, forced out.
Yeah, they got a lot of damage and ultimates down right there. So Team Extract getting punished quite extensively right now, just across the board. Happy Accidents doing a good job of catching plenty of farming instances around the map here. Now, Edboy trying to find a sniper. Not going to land the shot on the Lone Wolf, but
I like how he's not scared to toss it, though. He's not scared to throw it out, and that's like, I really like that about the Giannis. He's like, you know what? Hey, I'm going to throw it out. I'm going to portal back. I'm going to go back to base. It's fine. I mean, Giannis ultimate down, so there's no rotations, but the fact that he's not scared to use his ultimate and just try to get that kill, because eventually he's going to hit one of those snipes, and it's going to be death to the other team.
I mean, especially since Happy Accidents aren't really worried about finding these big rotational fights here. They have a lot of actual outlane potential here, and they're trying to do these 1v1 things. Eaten by Bear is going to struggle against Zemigossel right here, but he's got Quix waiting in the wings. Quix just needs one good hit, but he won't find Zemigossel right there. He's going to make it out the back as Quix surviving and simply clearing out this wave. Neither side getting punished yet. First Blood still not found at about 5:30 in, although there's been a lot of close calls.
Yeah, all the red pots are gone now. Bologna red pot, Thor red pot, all gone and active. Both have boots right now. Thor does have beads. One has an active available. That might end up turning into his favor if he does get stunned out by any means, Cataclysm or something like that. Geb does not have, or he does have Blink 1 available, so you could look for some sort of initiation there. Otherwise, both teams looking solid. Isis with pen boots online. Everyone's just kind of doing their thing. And I mean, it's a farm game right now. No one's really looking to fight too much, but I mean, they're just getting out of these close calls.
Like I said, there's been a lot of close calls here. They've been trying to fight, but it's also been finding the farm here. Half the accidents winning slightly in that department, but at the same time, it's such a small win that it's not even worth talking about that much here. As a big fight breaks out here, Girl in a little bit of trouble right now, but Bart's right on the wings. Snipe not going to connect because Girl's already got the kill. Chrono going to get stunned up by the wall right into a 4-man Cataclysm. Eagles rally, setting up a huge chunk of damage, but it's already disastrous for the rest of Team Extract here. Happy Accidents washing on through for a good series of kills right there. Double not quite being found, but a kill going the way of the support and the carry at the end of this fight here. Happy Accidents take the first double kill.
Well, they found themselves a happy accident in a Apollo that decided to stand still and ult in the middle of 3 people and take a lot of damage. I mean, that's just Apollo's ultimate just takes too long to channel. When you've got 2 or 3 people on you like that, not going to be able to do anything. Right now, Ice is in a bad predicament. Circle Protection can be forced out. She's 4v1 right now. Stays in it the best he can, but low health bars. This is probably a dead Isis realistically. Training exercise cleans that up. Nice play right there. And, well, now Bologna's by herself. Will pop a health pot. Hopefully, oh, the portal.
Yeah, there was no escape from that one. Happy Accidents turning up to 11 already here, finding the fights as they went to, and actually turning what was just a 2 for nothing there into a 4 for nothing, as now the score sits 0-4. 21,000 gold on the side of Happy Accidents right now. And, well, comparison to Team Extract's 19.3k right here. Happy Accidents taking the first lead of this game and then turning it into something else, it seems.
Yeah, you can't get demoralized, though, if you're on the other side extracting. You still got Apollo, who's a really good ADC at the end of the day. I mean, and Sun Wukong, you got a really tanky lineup that just has to get there. I mean, once Sun Wukong and Bologna are both in the team fight, along with Geb, you're going to have a lot of potency to deal with if you're on the other side. I mean, Thor gets tanky, but he doesn't really do nearly as much as a Bologna or a Sun Wukong can. I mean, obviously, his advantage is that surprise from the sky if you don't know what's coming.
And sometimes Team Extract has a lot of possible pick potential here. I mean, they can catch out Quicks quite easily, try to bait out the hammer throw, and I'll take him down here as Quicks is up in the air. He might want to fight, does miss Living Fear, unfortunately. Blink on through from Chrono.
Blink 1 though, yeah, I don't really know.
He's looking for the fight, possibly slowed down his Quicks. Cataclysm to stun him out of the spin to win, but the rest of the crew arrives in force, and it's a wrecking crew bringing down Chrono Lake right now. He's got reinforcements incoming, but can they arrive soon enough? G-Slayer right around the corner here as Bartz does leap out of that one. We'll see G-Slayer find the Eagles rally. A lot of damage on the Quicks here. Spirit Ball finds him over the wall, and now Lone Wolf picks the first kill for Team Extract, raining down death with that Spirit Gust. But Girl, they're already on the way out here. Apollo, Living Fear, trying to find shots. Really finds a shot of his own to get sniped across the map by Edboy. Edboy coming in big, finds 2 double taps, 1 on G-Slayer, 1 on Living Fear, taking them both so insanely low right there. And Extract, get a kill, get out, but lose 1 in return.
Yeah, I mean, they lost to Geb right there, and that was Geb blinking in on the circumstances that he probably shouldn't have gone, and one is blink, one's down, and, well, that's another 100 seconds as he's going to have to wait, and that's a big ability down. That's like a second nature to Geb to have as a blink available. It just ended up being a little bit of a situation where he thought he can get the Thor, but just not enough damage online right now for the Apollo, and they weren't able to do too much, and then Sobek comes online, and, oh, right there, they were able to pick off Geb, but they do get the one back, which is positive, so... I mean, they traded out. They'll be on the board at least. They're only down a couple thousand gold right now. Gold Fury's still up and available, so that's still there to make them get back in the game. They just need to farm up, but Thor is looking at this speed buff right now with a really low Bologna. This might be trouble. Unstable Vortex doing a ton of damage.
Holy! Edboy's doing so much damage right here. He's quick. He's going to lock somebody down for as long as he can, but Chrono, going to be safe.
Yeah, right there. It was a beautiful play right there. There are no wards at the mid lane. I mean, the 4 hotspots that we were talking about, or the 2 that were warded, the bottom sides are now not warded, and Zemgoss is going to have to back up over here as the blue buff does go down, and he'll just have to go back to his tower as he was getting some poke from the lane, but really about it. I mean, Giannis right now, Edboy is playing. He gets another portal. Unstable Vortex combo going to connect as well. There's a big pluck. Circle Protection forced out right now. Ice is in a bad predicament. There's his house. There's the channel ultimate. Oh, he was off the mark to the left. Unstable Vortex gets it though! Oh, and he's going to portal himself out because he's the Giannis himself. And Chiron's coming in the mix with Centaurius trying to connect. Does he have the 2 available? No. Masterful Shot will not be available, but the Eagles rally on Thor as he got caught into a bad spot. Hammer going to come down. That's the end of those days as the bludgeon will connect. So big team fight right there. Ended up turning into 2 for 1. Really, I mean, still Happy Accidents pulls out on top as they're going to get the mid tower plus 2 kills and only lose 1. And they're going to lose their jungler Thor, who's 1 and 2 and 4 right now, but he's been a part of a lot.
Extra trying to make plays around the map, and so far it's keeping them even-ish, but Happy Accidents always seem to come out just barely ahead in these engagements. One more kill, one more objective.
Apollo, yeah, now I'm ult Apollo. There you go. See?
Now Apollo needs to ult.
There you go.
Get away.
Yeah, you ult really early when you see those 3 people on your ward, and you should be I was going to say, Isis should have held those back camps and would have done the Barracuda, just ult back camps, and been alright. I ulted back camps, and I ended up dying. I was not happy. I didn't have enough health.
I mean, it's always worth it ult back camp. Even if you die, it was worth it.
Big minion, big heartbeat killed me. It was sad, boys.
Did you do damage to their ulti?
Yeah, I mean, it was immune because it was immune because technically you're not on the ground, so your ulti doesn't actually do damage to the back camp. So Bear has lied to me.
Numbers.
Yeah, I guess numbers did pop up.
So you're good. You did good.
I did things, boys. I did things. As the mid fight looks to continue 3v2, Giannis Edboy 2 levels up above his predecessor right there in the mid lane. And the Giannis has been the factor of this game. 2-0-3 right now. He's been part of 5 kills, and well, I mean, a lot of those have been because of great unstable vortexes. And it looks like they might. I was gonna say they rolled out to Gold Fury. Are they gonna try to sneak this?
They could. Looks like they actually managed to clear out the ward a bit. Maybe try to bait a fight, but instead Chronolink and G-Slayer just opting to walk away. They spot Girl, but they might want to try to start a fight with this one. No.
Oh, Isis forced out circle protection in the middle, and then there's a Spirit Ball, but no tower gonna save you here. You're in a really bad spot, Lone Wolf. Here comes the blink in by Geb into a shield. That snipe will hit, but again, Geb's shield just has too much protections on it. Is he leveling up shield is my question. I have to know. Geb's shield is being leveled up equally with Shockwave, so 4 ranks into that shield is going to give it an additional 200 health, plus what his levels are in general. I mean, the Geb shields are turning these fights around because Giannis should have three extra kills.
I honestly can't complain about the fact that Chronolink is doing that because it's working so effective for Team Extract right here, and it's been so necessary for them here as Gold Fury has been set up. Chronolink, he's right around the corner, but he might not be able to respond in time. Gold Fury burning so incredibly fast. They can't get there in time. It's Happy Accidents get the Gold Fury. Now Chronolink tossed back.
Oh, so slow. He's so
slow by the threshold. He gets the immunity in time. Can they find that last shot? There's Eaten by a Bear right on the corner. Shield is good as Quicks is fast. He's on his tail. Vortex will land as Edboy finds another double tap for the kill. Bart's rolling on through the threshold there, trying to lock down Fear, but Fear is gone and will be living for now. However, the tower may not be so lucky. Girl and friends are right around the corner. Edboy and Bart's able to start putting pressure to the tower right now.
Oh, TP coming in on the left. I don't really,
This might be a bad idea here. Zemigossel in a bit of a rough spot. Could be flanked by Bart, but now Bart in the middle of nowhere and in the death zone possibly. Takes quite a bit of health and damage. They're down to almost half, but we'll be surviving and fine for now.
Well, with Guan Yu over here, I guess the teleport wasn't necessarily wasted. He does have TP3 up and available along with Guan. They pretty much both used it at near the same time. So, but I mean, be honest right now with these portals and unstable vortexes, Silence can't even come out. And there was a great tail whip to cancel that out. Again, through space and time is going to be there. And, well, they're just kind of diving this tier 2, preventing them from defending the tier 1. So tower pressure is going to go to red. And right now, Happy Accidents making, the Sobek's going to be everything but an escape.
Good Cataclysm, though, as now the fight breaks out in earnest. Team Extract, though, might not want to fight this one. A huge snipe from Girl there, locks down G-Slayer and picks up the kill on the Living Fear there. Tower dive actually working out effectively for them, even though it looked like a happy little accident there as Quicks dives on in. Will get stunned out by G-Slayer, but it's not going to matter too much. A Spirit Ball from Lone Wolf bought G-Slayer's life. Didn't find the kill at the end of the day, though. However, they didn't really need it. They just need the safety for Happy Accidents right there. Still going to lose a tier 2 tower, though, at 15 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the most depressing things that can occur right there. You lost Gold Fury, ended up being an extended engagement that went to the tier 1 on the left-hand side. You lose it because they're diving past your tier 2, and you just can't. I mean, right now, you're 7,000 gold behind, and you're about 12,000 experience, and the Giannis at this point in time is just becoming unstoppable. I mean, he's hitting all of his abilities, portals and everything are on point. Just the levels are too big. Sobek's has a 4-level differential over the other support. I mean, that's really something you don't see a lot of the times, is a support being out-leveled by 3 or 4 levels. Normally, they're like 1 or 2 under-leveled, and that's kind of typical, but when your support's 4 levels behind, I mean, poor Geb doesn't even have a sovereignty online. He's still tier 2, while Sobek already starting his magical defense.
And unfortunately, Chronolink is being run ragged or on the map by Happy Accidents right now. They're taking advantage of the fact that he's rotating very, very well.
Yeah, Chrono is
Not a little
playing
too
well.
often.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's being taken advantage of by Happy Accidents incredibly well, I have to say. Happy Accident so far has done a good job just picking apart the little mistakes that Team Extract have been making, and a lot of them are just like minor mistakes that actually turn out to be pretty decent plays. I mean, Chrono like always in the right place at the right time, just a little too often, as his team is caught out just slightly too often. Unfortunately, and Happy Accidents know that full well at this point, it seems.
Well, looks like Sun Wukong decided to go into the very expensive Mystical Mail item, and it's really not making that much of a difference in these fights, as Guan Yu, I mean, is not scared at all to fight with his heal and everything. I mean, at this point in time, it still looks like Sun Wukong taking the disadvantage right here. Thor's back up in the air. I hear the ultimate. Is he going to crash down? Is a question. Yeah, they're looking for the Sun Wukong, and, well, that will be cleaned up. Great ultimate by Girl right there. Eagles Rally going to come in over the top. Thor has to be the target of choice right here. He's super low. They're not able to get him. He's going to hammer out, and there goes the Sobek lurking in the water just to disengage on the bottom side.
Down to go.
Yeah.
And the lockdown is good here as the wash is there, eaten by a bear. Just running through this fight here. Teleport on through from Ed Boy, but Girl is the one to find Living Fear with the master shot right there. Lone Wolf, the last one standing. Chronolank already exited out the back of this fight, but Lone Wolf, not much longer for this world, does meet his end at the hands of Bart Klauser right there. As Team Extract now sits 2-15, 16-40 in. And now another Tier 2 tower likely to fall here as Ed Boy ripping these waves apart. Girl terrorizing these towers right now. And Bart Klauser not really even having a care in the world, it seems. Chronolink knocked up. Master Shot is good as the teleport.
That's not a good teleport.
Early grave.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, well, very fortunately for
Fortunate,
right
yeah.
there, the teleport was canceled by the tower dying right there.
Yeah, I feel like that was, more of a fortunate thing for because honestly, Sun Wukong, if he teleports in there, I mean, at level 15 or not, I mean, he's still dead with all 5 members right there. As right now, it looks like Happy Accidents is not even in line trying to attempt Fire Giant or bait anything out. They are just forcing this fight, and Thor is everywhere. He's on the back end right now, dropping down rifts, hitting double taps right now, and then Giannis is just there in the front doing everything. The throwback right there by the charge play is going to be good. Thor's dunking into Tier 2 right now. Eagles Rally on top. Doesn't matter as Ed Boy is just lighting it up on this Giannis.
He's been an absolute monster this game, and the trend will continue as he lights up another target. Now pushing on forward. The pony race is good, is eaten by a bear, running rampant to the back lines. Takes down Living Fear right there with one quick swipe as he comes off that horse. And now another tower will be sure to fall here. But Sun Wukong teleports in. Zemi wrong place, wrong time. It seems with Sun Wukong getting shredded inside the lurking in the waters. Tries to opt away.
That's pretty much what would have happened on the other side.
It doesn't matter at all. This is just a repeat of what we would have seen there. Portal not finding Chronolink as he gets out barely, but only to find Girl's shot to the back right there. As Chronolink will meet an early grave right there. Extract being pushed back into their Phoenix. They're now 14,000 gold down. And Happy Accidents show no signs of slowing down.
No, that's the thing. They're just not slowing down. And then that's really the issue is I feel like Team Extract is maybe has a... They would have had a chance in this game if they could have gotten to 25 or 30 minutes without all the destruction. If they had a couple of Tier 2s left at 25 or 30 minutes, it would be okay because then their tanky targets are going to get online. You know, Bologna's level 12 right now, sitting with an Ichabod and just a heavy hammer at this point in time. Doesn't even have a full Frostbound. I mean, just really underleveled. Sun Wukong's there with Mystical Mail, but again, that item's so expensive that it's negated some other items he can purchase, whereas the Guan Yu already has his Silver or Emerald Talisman and is working onto a heavy mace. So Apollo's going to, I guess he's checking Fire Giant just to see if it was going down. Yeah, then he's going to go ahead and just take out this wave on the right-hand side and make sure. But just the aggressiveness of Happy Accidents is just not letting Blue farm.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you need to play whenever you're ahead. This is a case of get ahead, stay ahead, and Smite, although it isn't a very snowball game, can be snowballed incredibly hard off the back of great play here. And Happy Accidents doing just what they need to, running on through Team Extract and not giving Team Extract any kind of chance to get back into this game. And Team Extract has a team comp terrifying enough to where if they do get back into the game, it could be disastrous for Happy Accidents. But, well, Team Extract just never getting the chance to make those miracle plays they need.
I mean, that's really the issue. Girl has just been on fire as well. We haven't really talked about her, the Chiron. He's 8-0-9. I mean, we're talking about the Giannis plays. 17, part of 17 out of the 20 kills has the Chiron. I mean, kind of forget that ultimate's not being used to save his life, but being used very aggressively, and then Master Shot is able to just be popped off on that after he hits 2 or 3 targets. I mean, the range on that's very long, and a lot of people are estimating that, and he's just getting hit as the ultimate's going to come on the left-hand side. Everyone's diving as Blue is grouped up right here, but a lot of these ultimates miss. We'll see how the team fight goes.
See how it goes, and it goes incredible. Well, to kick things off here, Quicks finds Living Fear. Girl, still staying alive in the back of this fight, actually will channel the Centaurus and get going for a little bit here. Teleport on in as Eaten by a Bear joins the party thanks to that ward. They're still harassing the back line on the side of Happy Accents right here. G-Slayer going to be shoved all the way into the back here. Bart's Clouser looking for his way in, but Quicks teleports on through. Pluck from Bart's will toss G-Slayer back into the Lion's Den right there as Girl picks up 2 victims in a row. A double for Girl. Ed Boy looking for his second victim as well to show up Girl here, but now it's Eaten by Bear who really takes this one away.
Yeah, I mean, that's the DS side. Both ultimates through space and time and the Thor dunk end up actually missing, but the cleanup was so quick. Again, the levels just aren't there. Apollo just kind of living in fear. He's doing just that. He's sitting back there, and he understands that this is pretty much GG at this point in time. There's really nothing that he's going to be able to do. He got all the ultimates missed, but as soon as I said we're going to see what happens in the team fight, he was already dead. I mean, that just goes to show how much damage is online. He's going to try. Mez is connecting right there. He's going to, whoa, see, that's what happened to him. He just, as soon as he, looks at, yeah, I mean, he's level 12. I mean, there's nothing you can do right there. Good game goes to Happy Accidents. That will be the first round of our Friday Night Smite. So they're going to move on to the semifinals and be facing off against one of our other teams as well. Well, that was about a 21-minute game. Not too bad. Happy Accidents takes that in what was a relatively clear-cut victory after about the 10-minute mark.
Everything before that was fairly close and casual.